All right, welcome back to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, Target Individual Experience. So I always talk about how they use Pam in my targeting to target me and stuff like that, and I've talked about how last week, including this week, she has not called during the day at all, except for when she wanted me to cook. Then she's called me, and or when she has packages she wants me to get. Right, that's it. So today, using these Asian, the same guy that had the stethoscope around his neck, could be a doctor, could be a nurse, what have you. Or he could be, you're working in one of these medical places. So I'm like, this is a first. Usually they'll use the women, but now they're using the men. And so, yes, I see, Pam left all these things uh, in the living room, right? Let me show you guys. You see, and this is um, like a Indian type of thing. You see the elephant head, right? The elephant head with the whatever looked like a jade uh, thing in the center of his forehead, of the forehead of the elephant, right? I don't say to myself, okay, this is why. So apparently, maybe again, just observing and understanding how they target me and how they use doctors, nurses, in her hospital, stuff like that. Because it's interesting. They get mad when I speak the truth, and particularly when I tell her, I said to her, you work around doctors, white nurses who are racist, right? I said you might want to ignore it, okay? But the fact is that your hospital, the hospital that you work at, is under federal watch because they've found to be discriminated against black women who were pregnant and black women who gave birth in that hospital. Okay, this is why they are they're on a federal watch list, right? Because of their discrimination. So again, I understand, like I said, how I'm being targeted, how they try to play both sides of the field, two sides of the same coin, using the racist police and then using, it could be the FBI, it could be the CIA in terms of the implantation of the microchip, and also giving the police access to the um, computers, to the database, whatever, in order to manipulate, in order to engage in remote neural monitoring. So they're two sides of the same coin. I know this. I've always known this. Okay, this is why they continue to engage in such type of behavior because, obviously, they want me to become Christian again, right? So they use the technology, use silent sound to, put stuff in my head, and then, talk about, if you believe in God and Jesus, we'll give you whatever it is you want. I'm like, no, I don't believe that. No, that's not true. Because I understand religion is fake, and I understand that religion is BS, particularly Christianity, particularly Islam, and they were created by those in power in order to control the masses, particularly during the war between the Judeans and the Romans. Now they've always had myths, right? Religious beliefs. The Greeks had it, but when it came to the war between the Romans and the Judeans, it's such a brutal war, and because the Judeans were steadfast and holding on to their religious belief system, right, that it caused a lot of problems for Rome. Okay? And so they wanted to get rid of that radicalized version of what they call the Hebrew religion or the Hebrew faith, right, the Abrahamic religion, to create a more docile type of belief system where you're waiting on someone to come and save you. Whereas the Judeans, they were fighting to save themselves. And one of the Rome's greatest asset was who? Was a trader by the name of Josephus, right? Josephus, who wrote the history of the Jews, right? He wrote about the first, second, and third Jewish war with Rome. So they knew going forward that because Rome was going to lose power militarily, but they came up with a very brilliant idea, was to convert, and then they used Paul, send Paul into the Judean people to now preach this new gospel. As he said, it's his gospel that they created to create a more passive, uh, um, religion, religious believers, right? So this is why you see Paul saying, "This is my gospel." It is his gospel, okay? Because you go and you read the Gnostic Gospels, in which you get a different version, a more radical version of Jesus. You know, Jesus who's not going to turn the other cheek. So they had to do what it is that they did. But yeah, but anyway, just wanted to just throw that in there. So again, I want you guys to, again, I always expose what it is that they're doing. So like I said, today, particularly today, using these Asians, these are the Indians and Pakistanis looking type of Asian people, right? The non-white Asian people, I should say, to engage in that. And I'm like saying to myself, so why is she buying all the stuff and leaving all the stuff in the living rooms just so I can see it? So because she knew that I was going to be targeted in that way today. And I'm like, wow. And like I said, I really don't care. It really don't matter to me. But they make it, they do these things again in order to emotionally manipulate you, right? That's what it is, and I know this, right? So again, I'm not emotionally manipulated, at least not to the point that they think that I'm emotionally related. I just understand common sense. I just understand disrespect. And one thing, as a black man, we have been disrespected by our women so many times. We continue to be because they're being emboldened to do these things, and they're putting other groups ahead of their own men of their group, not understanding that that is a tactic and a method used in conquer and division warfare tactics against black men and black women. But some of our sisters and our brothers are too lost to even comprehend those things. All right, talk to you guys in the next video.